This friendly was supposed to be against Olympiacos, one of Greece's biggest clubs, and was scheduled right at the end of the season. Barry Ferguson would have been the man leading the team on that trip, with the squad flying out on Monday, the 26th of May, and returning by Friday the 30th. The match itself was penciled in for Wednesday the 28th. But as the Rangers pushed deeper into their Europa League campaign, reaching the quarterfinals against Athletic Bilbao, the club made the call to prioritize competitive fixtures over a postseason exhibition. The fear was clear, pushing the players through such a packed schedule, especially if they had advanced to a Europa League final, would have been asking for trouble. Even though Rangers eventually bowed out of Europe with a 2-0 defeat in Spain, the decision to scrap the Australian tour had already been taken. This was not the first time the club pulled out of a down-under trip. A few years back, there was that infamous planned friendly tournament involving both Rangers and Celtic, which would have seen the Old Firm clash outside Glasgow for the first time ever. Fan backlash was immediate and intense, forcing the Rangers board into a dramatic U-turn. That cancellation cost the club a £3 million payday, and the shadow of that decision still lingers. Now, shifting back to the managerial saga, Romano's confirmation has set the fan base buzzing. Rangers have been on the lookout for a permanent replacement since Felipe Clement's departure in February. And while Barry Ferguson holds the interim, the club's top brass have been working quietly but intensely behind the scenes. One of the standout names on their shortlist is David Ancelotti. Yes, the son of the legendary Carlo Ancelotti, but make no mistake, David is carving his own path in the coaching world. Currently an assistant at Real Madrid, David has been heavily involved in the day-to-day coaching with his father, often delegating tactical preparations to him. Reports from Italy and Spain suggest that Rangers have zeroed in on him as a prime candidate, with the deal reportedly nearing completion. It's an ambitious move, no doubt. Appointing a young manager without the direct presence of his father would be bold, but it signals the club's desire for a fresh approach. Leading this search are two key figures, Kevin Thelwell and Greta Steinson. Both bring Premier League experience from their time at Everton, where they worked in recruitment and football operations. Even though Thelwell hasn't officially started his role as Rangers sporting director, he is already at the forefront of the recruitment process. This aligns with the broader context of the club's imminent ownership transition, with the 49ers enterprise is expected to finalize their takeover by June. The 49ers have strong links to the Red Bull football network, and it's no surprise that several coaches from that ecosystem have also been considered. But David Ancelotti's profile seems to resonate with the vision the new regime wants to implement. He represents modern football, thinking blending tactical sophistication with fresh energy. Rangers are determined to secure their next manager, within the next month aware of the crucial transfer window looming and the early start of the Champions League qualifiers in July. It's worth remembering that since Steven Gerrard's departure in 2020, Rangers have gone through 3 managers, none of whom managed to bring long-term stability. This next appointment is being treated as a foundational decision, one that could shape the club's future for years to come. According to sources close to Ibrox, the recruitment process is still active with ongoing discussions with multiple candidates, but the consensus is that Ancelotti is a frontrunner. David's history with Everton adds an interesting layer. He spent 2 years at Goodison Park alongside his father before returning to Madrid. During that time, he built a reputation for his meticulous approach, something that could be invaluable at a club like Rangers, where attention to detail could make the difference between domestic dominance and European disappointment. Adding to the intrigue, former Bayern Munich midfielder Javi Martinez has spoken highly of David, describing him as the ideal complement to Carlo's leadership. According to Martinez, David brings modern insights, understands the evolution of the game, and commands respect in his own right. These endorsements only fuel the optimism among fans hoping for a new era at Ibrox. Meanwhile, Barry Ferguson has been vocal about the need for swift action. After a 1-0 draw against Celtic, Ferguson stressed how critical it is for the club to finalize their managerial appointment quickly. With the summer transfer window approaching and Champions League qualifiers just around the corner, time is of the essence. Ferguson highlighted how Kevin Thelwell is set to officially start his role around mid-June, but warned that the groundwork must begin immediately to ensure a smooth transition into next season. In another twist to the managerial carousel rustle, Martin's name has resurfaced. The former Rangers defender who recently managed Southampton is reportedly being considered for the role, despite leading Southampton back to the Premier League with an impressive unbeaten run. Martin's tenure ended in disappointment with just one win in 16 top-flight matches. His dedication to an attractive possession-based style of play won him plaudits at MK Dons and Swansea, but questions remain whether his philosophy fits the demands of Rangers. Speaking on national television, Martin admitted he feels ready to return to management after a much-needed 6-month break. Reflecting on his career, he emphasized the importance of choosing the right opportunity, stating he had already turned down several offers that didn't align with his values and vision. For him, it's not just about taking a job, it's about finding the right fit culturally, stylistically, and structurally. While Martin's candidacy adds an interesting dimension, the spotlight remains firmly on David Ancelotti. The appeal of bringing in a young, innovative coach with Real Madrid pedigree is hard to ignore. If the deal does go through, it would be a statement of intent from Rangers, signaling a break from the past and a commitment to progressive football under new ownership and management. As the days go by, fans are growing restless but cautiously optimistic. The next few weeks will be decisive in shaping not just the managerial seat, but the entire sporting project at Ibrox. All eyes are on the boardroom as supporters await the official announcement that could herald a new chapter in the club's illustrious history. But here's the thing, mate. The Rangers board know fine well they can't afford to get this next appointment wrong. The fans have been patient, but there's only so much patience you get when silverware keeps slipping through your fingers. And you're seeing Celtic lifting trophy after trophy. The pressure is mounting, and this managerial search feels like a moment of truth. There's this sense among the support that it's now or never to build something proper, something lasting. David Ancelotti, for all his famous surname, represents a bit of a gamble. He's never been a number one before, never been in the firing line of a club like Rangers, where the spotlight's relentless and every drop point feels like a crisis. But maybe that's exactly what the club needs. Fresh ideas, no baggage, someone hungry to prove himself on his own terms. Let's not kid ourselves though. The Scottish Premiership is a different beast. It's not the glamour of La Liga or the calm of an assistant's role at Madrid. It's cold nights in Dingwall. It's plastic pitches. It's navigating a media circus that never takes a day off. But then again, isn't that challenge part of the appeal? For a young coach trying to make his name, taking the reins at a club as massive as Rangers with European football, a global fan base, and a history steeped in expectation could be the making of him. Folk will draw comparisons to Steven Gerrard's appointment, how he came in with no prior experience and managed to stop Celtic's 10-0 bid. But the circumstances are different now. The league's stronger, the margin for error slimmer, and the financial gap wider. In the middle of all this, the 49ers Enterprises takeover is looming large. The Americans are poised to bring fresh investment, a new vision, perhaps even a different footballing philosophy. Their ties to the Red Bull model suggest a focus on youth dynamic football and data-driven recruitment. That's where someone like Ancelotti fits the bill. He's grown up in the elite of European football, understands modern tactics, and has seen firsthand how to build winning teams. Still, there are other names in the frame. Russell Martin might not have the same star power, but his record in developing a distinct playing style is well documented. His downfall at Southampton wasn't purely down to tactics. The squad he inherited wasn't fit for purpose in the Premier League. His commitment to a possession-based attacking brand of football aligns with what many fans crave at Ibrox, even if his managerial CV lacks top-level success. Yet for many, Martin feels like the safer option, the steady-hand choice, whereas Ancelotti is the swing for the fences. Behind the scenes, the club's structure is also evolving. Kevin Thelwell's appointment as sporting director signals a move towards a more professional, streamlined approach. His experience at Everton and Wolves shows he knows how to operate in tough environments. Working alongside Greta Steinson, who's got a keen eye for talent identification, the pair are tasked with not just finding the right manager, but building a squad capable of competing on multiple fronts. But time is ticking. The transfer window waits for no one. Champions League qualifiers are on the horizon, and the club can't afford another sluggish start. We've seen how costly that can be in recent seasons. The expectation is that by mid-June, a new manager will be in place with pre-season plans already drawn up. Recruitment targets have been identified, but the final say will depend on who's in the dugout. The mood among the Rangers support is a mixture of cautious optimism and familiar skepticism. There's excitement at the prospect of a young progressive coach like Ancelotti taking the helm, but also a wariness born of recent false dawns. For every promising appointment, there's been a swift downfall. The board's track record hasn't exactly inspired confidence, so this decision needs to hit the mark. The players themselves are in limbo. Barry Ferguson has done a decent job steadying the ship, but even he knows he's not the long-term answer. The squad requires a rebuild. Key players are aging, some are out of contract, and others may be looking for moves elsewhere. A new manager will need to assess the group quickly, identify leaders, and bring in reinforcements capable of raising the standard. One area of particular concern is the attack. Goals have been hard to come by in the biggest games, and creativity in the final. Third has been lacking. A tactician like Ancelotti with his experience at the top level could be just what's needed to unlock stubborn defenses and bring a bit of flair back to the Rangers play. But again, it all hinges on whether the deal gets over the line. In the wider context, this managerial appointment isn't just about next season, it's about setting a tone for the future. The Scottish game is evolving, with clubs investing smarter, the level of competition increasing, and the margins getting finer. Rangers can't afford to be reactive anymore. They need a coherent strategy, a clear identity, and a manager who embodies that vision. Meanwhile, the noise around Celtic's dominance adds further urgency. Every missed opportunity at Ibrox feels amplified by their success. The fans are desperate for a response, something tangible that shows the club is serious about reclaiming its place at the top. Appointing a young, ambitious manager like Ancelotti could be that statement of intent. As we stand, the situation remains fluid. Talks are ongoing, and while no official announcement has been made, the feeling is that Rangers are close to pulling the trigger. Whether it's Ancelotti Martin or another candidate from left field, what's clear is that the next few weeks will be pivotal. The decisions made now will ripple through the club for years to come. The summer ahead promises to be one of change, of new beginnings, and perhaps of redemption. For the Rangers faithful, it's a familiar story. Hope, expectation, and the eternal belief that the next chapter will be better than the last. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Rangers have confirmed the signing of highly rated defender Calvin Bassie in a move that has already stirred excitement among the Ibrox faithful. The 20-year-old arrives from Leicester City, where he impressed with consistent performances for their under-23 squad, but was unable to break into the Premier League side's senior team. Now, with a fresh opportunity under the bright lights of Scottish football, Bassie is set to add depth and versatility to Steven Gerrard's defensive unit. Born in Italy but raised in England, Bassie is known for his robust physical presence, pace, and adaptability, capable of playing as a left back or in the center of defense. The Nigerian eligible defender caught the eye of Rangers scouts not only for his athletic qualities, but also for his tactical discipline and work ethic. With Rangers pushing to reclaim dominance in the Scottish Premiership and make an impact in Europe, Bassie's addition is seen as a strategic move to bolster the backline ahead of a demanding campaign. Bassie has signed a 4-year deal with the Glasgow club, committing his future to a team with high ambitions and a passionate support. Rangers manager Steven Gerrard has expressed confidence in the young defender's potential, noting that Bassie fits the profile of hungry, driven players that the club is looking to build around. For Bassie himself, the move represents a significant step forward in his career and a chance to play first-team football at a high level. The transfer is also seen as a testament to Rangers' growing ability to attract emerging talents from England, particularly from Premier League academies. As the club continues to invest in youth and build a dynamic squad capable of competing on multiple fronts, Bassie's signing could prove to be a shrewd piece of business. With pre-season approaching, fans are eager to see the young defender in action and witness how quickly he can adapt to the intensity of Scottish football. Greetings, fans! Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.